It is another episode of the About Mansfield Economic Spotlight. My name is Steve Casillo. We appreciate you being here today. So what do we do on the Economic Spotlight? We feature people from CEOs of large corporations to sole proprietors whose businesses have an economic impact on the city of Mansfield. It's all nicely wrapped up into a 10-minute nugget of information. We want to thank our friends at the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation for sponsoring the Economic Spotlight. Now, in the studio today, over here to my left, that'd be your right, it's Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is the owner of Tailor-Made Consulting Group, LLC. First of all, Jonathan, it's good to see you again.
Thank you, Steve, for having me.
And you come in. I see you every other week.
Yes.
When you come into the studio, that you, because of your video production background, you're bringing in a video camera, and you are videotaping the mayor when he does A Moment with the Mayor on the About Mansfield podcast.
Yes.
And that's how we've got to know each other. But I really don't know much about what Tailor-Made does. And let's first start with your background. What is your educational background, and how did that lead into where you are today?
Sure. So, funny, believe it or not, I have an accounting degree. So I graduated from Alabama State University with an accounting degree. I was pretty good at it. I did it for 9 years, worked in corporate America, airline industry. I worked for a company you probably heard of, Rug Doctor. Mm-hmm. Did some fraud investigation for them. And so have a background in business through my business degree. Now, where the entrepreneur spirit came from, my mom was the Mary Kay lady.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She drive a pink Cadillac?
She had the pink Cadillac, the red Forenza. She had a bunch of cars, Steve, man. And so, and as a little kid, I saw this. And I saw my mom pull teams together. I saw her. She had an office in Arlington. She had an office in Dallas. And so I just really was amazed by the way she was able to make people feel good. And that's one big thing I learned about, being a business owner and through entrepreneurship is if you make people feel good, you're doing the right thing.
Exactly. So the entrepreneurial spirit through osmosis was transferred to Jonathan. And at what point did you start Tailor-Made Consulting?
So that's another funny story. I did not know I was going to start Tailor-Made Consulting Group. We started out, I bought my wife a camera for Christmas, a video camera. Mm-hmm. It was about $200-300. And I just wanted her to have a camera because she liked to take pictures. And so I bought her this video camera. Well, about a month later, her cousin calls and says, I'm getting married and my bridesmaid's not going to be able to come. I want you to be the bridesmaid. And so my wife was like, well, hey, I need you to film this wedding.
That's
I'm
right.
putting on this dress.
Here's the camera
that you bought me, use it. And so I put the wedding together and really, really enjoyed it. And then that's when I kind of said, hey, I can do this video thing.
How long ago was that?
This was 2006, believe it or not.
Okay.
And so from 2006 to about 2010, I would just play with it, freelance, doing free weddings, doing free birthday parties. I even did audition tape with my family to get on Family Feud one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, made it to the final round.
I was going to say,
we didn't get on the show, but we got to the final round.
And back in 2006, when you did your friend's wedding, was video production, let's start with the camera, was the camera digital back then, and was video production digital back then?
It was just switching over to a lot of more the digital stuff was affordable, right? Mm-hmm. At one point digital was there, but you couldn't get it because it was just so expensive. Oh, yeah. And so this was around the time where, Facebook was getting big and people were starting to create their own content. And then businesses were starting, how do I get on this thing? And so that's how I kind of transitioned from the videography side into the business side. As I saw more and more businesses need videos.
Sure.
I wanted to try to fill that need, make them happy.
And then part of the consulting then, you mentioned before we started recording the pie, which is related to businesses. Tell people what the pie is. So when I did a video to kind of tie the two together, I did a video for a gentleman. He owned a carpet cleaning company. Mm-hmm. Wanted me to do this video. We went out and filmed him, and he was practicing carpet. We wasn't really cleaning carpet. He had some samples he had out. And so we made this really, really wonderful video. About a week later, he calls me back and says, Jonathan, this video is great. He said, but I only got 30 views.
I watched it 29 times. My mom watched it once.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, ding, ding, ding. And so then I transitioned into really understanding the digital marketing and really working with business and putting my accounting business experience together with this marketing experience. And so we came up with the pie theory.
The pie theory.
Pie theory. P-I-E, like a piece of pie. And so I made it easy so that, people starting out would understand you really need 3 fundamental pieces to run a business. You need performance.
There's the P.
Yeah. You need image.
I.
And then you need exposure.
E.
So let me break that down for you.
Yes, sir.
Performance. Let's take a cake baker. You can go buy a $10,000 stove, but that does not mean your cake is going to taste any better. If you don't know how to bake, you just don't know how to bake.
Right.
And so that part, we try to make sure our clients understand they have to be the best in what they do. Now, along with that, there's all kind of business stuff. Your ministry is baking pies. You don't have an accounting ministry or a billing ministry or, a lot of business owners don't understand all those other little pieces that go in with running a business.
Right.
Setting up a supply chain, buying from wholesale, getting stuff cheaper instead of running to Sam's and, paying retail price for items. And so we really look at that performance piece and see how we can come alongside and help through consulting, through setting up business plans, through sometimes even setting up the structure for the business, LLC.
Sure.
The image, looking at that. What good is it if you know how to bake cakes, but you look like a mechanic, right? How many cakes are you going to sell with greasy fingers?
Yeah.
It's not going to work out very well for you. And so we come alongside you and we help you to see, there are colors that could help represent your brand. There are designs and things that could help people subconsciously understand what you're doing and want to buy from you. And so here's a fun fact. If you go to any parking lot in the United States, you're going to see 5 main colors: red, white, blue, yellow, green. Those are the main marketing colors because they're embedded in us. We know what red, white, and blue is.
Sure.
Yellow is gold, green is money.
Red means stop, green means go, and yellow means floor it.
Sometimes.
Okay.
If you go to Chili's, that red means delicious.
Right. Orange, Whataburger. Red, exactly. When I used to do a little graphic design back when I was designing websites, and I did a study of colors, and that the 3 most eye-catching colors, and this is why fire trucks are red.
Yes.
And red, orange, white, 7-Eleven, and so on. But yes,
think of Target, 7-Eleven, Walmart, Sears. Well, I don't even know if Sears is around anymore.
Wait, what's Sears? What is that?
Let me say Sears and Roebuck. They go way back.
That's right.
So that's your image. And then that third piece, Steve, that E. What good is it if you're a great cake baker? You look like a cake baker, but nobody knows you bake cakes, right? You're not going to sell very many cakes that way. And so that's where that digital marketing piece comes in, where we help my guy that had the carpet cleaning business get his brand exposed to new audiences. That way it's more than just him and his mom looking at that video.
And again, that E stands for?
Exposure.
Exposure. So video production, technology, digital marketing, and consulting. Explain then the technology end of what you do.
So this is a new division we've rolled out probably about a year ago. So we're still building this, but it's tailor-made tech, right? We in fancy words, we're the technology advisor for companies, right? If you need to bring in a circuit from the street, and the circuit is pretty much that internet line coming from the street to your building.
Yeah. We
can manage getting that circuit to this building. We could manage the Wi-Fi in the building.
So like an IT type.
Exactly. Desktop support.
There you go.
All of that kind of stuff. But we do more advanced stuff than just your typical desktop support. If you need a firewall to help keep you secure, we can bring in the team that can do that. And the good thing about this, Steve, is I can leverage bigger companies. Like I can sell you AT&T. I can sell you the Spectrums. I can sell you the 8x8s. And so we're technology advisors / brokers, so we can bring in and get you a good price as well.
Okay. Video production, technology, digital marketing, and again, it has to do with social media and YouTube and
anything digital. If it's a digital audio file, if it's a digital video file, if it's a social media thing, we pretty much know how to touch it.
All wrapped up into the consulting and telling people how to do things. And I love the pie. That's excellent. Performance, image, and exposure. Right. First of all, in about the minute or so that we have left, is there anything else that you want to expand on before we get into your contact information?
So that's a good question. You caught me off guard with that.
That's why I'm the host.
I will say that as we continue to grow and continue to expand in Mansfield, I look forward to helping some of my Mansfield fellow residents, because we do a lot of stuff out of state. We're in 13 different states.
Oh, wow.
We've got a team of about 30 different people throughout the United States.
I was about to ask you, you're not a sole proprietor. Well, sole proprietor, but you have other people working with you.
Exactly. And I'm the type of CEO, I get down and dirty. So this sweater I have on, you say I'm comfortable. I just left climbing through an attic. This is actually a Vonage. I don't know if you've heard of Vonage. They do...
security.
Yeah, security, voice over IP. They do a bunch of that stuff. And so they're one of our partners. And so, man, I like to get my hands dirty. And so I'm a CEO that you're going to see out there doing it with everybody else.
So if someone here in Mansfield, Arlington, this area, if they wanted more information about tailor-made consulting, how do they get a hold of you?
Exactly. So for Mansfield, we have a special URL just for Mansfield.
Oh.
Tailor-Made Mansfield. That's TaylorMade Mansfield.com. TaylorMadeMansfield.com.
Do they have an office? Do you have an office that people can come by, or do you prefer to go to them?
So we do have an office, but a lot of what we do, we work on site. And so I literally probably have about 7 or 8 offices just in the Metroplex between different clients. Bethlehem Baptist Church being one.
Sure.
I spend a lot of time there. I've got a couple mental health behavior clinics in Arlington I spend a lot of time at. Just recently partnered with Mike Wilson at Blue Mint. So we're going to be doing some things out of Blue Mint here in Mansfield, opening up a location.
He's expanding.
Yes, opening a location down in Midlothian and Arlington. And so you can come to the office. We're at the Tuscan Tuscan Business Park, I think is what they call it. And so we've been there a little over 2 years. And so you're more than welcome to stop by, drop by. I probably won't be there, but the office manager will be there to let you in and answer any questions you may have.
That's Jonathan Taylor, Tailor-Made Consulting Group, LLC. Right, not only right here in Mansfield, all over, what'd you say, 13 states?
13 states.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jonathan, thank you for being and creating an economic impact in the city of Mansfield. And thanks for being on the Economic Spotlight.
Thank you, Steve, for inviting me.